Discipline, a word people throw around without understanding its weight. They talk about it like a burden, something to force yourself into. But that's because they've already lost. They've already submitted to their weakness. Discipline isn't punishment. It's the quiet agreement between who you are and who you could become. It's the line that separates those who will rot in mediocrity from those who will carve their name into this world. Most people will never get it. They want motivation, those fleeting sparks of energy that vanish the moment things get hard. But discipline is cold. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't ask if you're tired, if you're broken, if the world is against you. It only asks one thing: will you show up? It's not about grand gestures or inspirational speeches. It's about the alarm clock at 5 a.m. It's about doing the work in silence when no one's watching. No applause, no validation, just you and the grind. People say discipline is hard. But what's harder? Living with the version of yourself that never even tried? Waking up every day knowing you could be more, but choosing comfort instead? Discipline isn't something you find. It's something you build, brick by brick, rep by rep, second by second. And the secret? It never gets easier. The pain, the boredom, the doubt, they never go away. But neither does the choice. Every time you choose discipline over weakness, you kill the old version of yourself. And if you do that long enough, there won't be anything left but the beast you were always meant to become. So ask yourself, who are you right now? And more importantly, who will you become when no one's watching? The weak wait to feel ready. The strong do what must be done. Choose discipline. It's not something you're born with. It's not some magical trait reserved for the gifted. Discipline is built, piece by piece, through every decision, every sacrifice, every moment of resistance against your weaker self. Most people chase motivation. They wait for that spark, that fleeting burst of energy to push them forward. But motivation is nothing but an illusion, fragile, temporary. Discipline is what remains when motivation fades. Discipline is the machine that keeps moving, even when every part of you screams to stop. If you want to rise above the rest, if you want to break the cycle of mediocrity, you need to kill the version of yourself that relies on fleeting feelings. You need to become someone who acts without needing to feel like it. Every decision matters. Every time you wake up and hit that alarm, you make a choice, weakness or strength. Every time you skip the work, you're teaching your mind that it's acceptable to quit. Small choices compound into who you become. Most will choose comfort. They'll rationalize their weakness, convincing themselves that they deserve rest. But the truth? The world doesn't care how tired you are. It only respects results. There's a version of you, the one you fear, the one buried beneath excuses and self-doubt, that's capable of dominating everything. But you'll never meet that version by doing what's easy. You unlock him through pain, through struggle, through forcing yourself forward when every part of you wants to give in. Discipline is brutal. It's lonely. It's the voice in your head that tells you to keep pushing, even when there's no reward in sight. But if you master it, if you let it consume you, you become unstoppable. Forget passion. Forget motivation. Lock in on the vision and execute, day after day, hour after hour, without emotion, without hesitation. If you want to break free, if you want to dominate your own life, you need to become addicted to discipline. Not everyone is built for this path. Most will quit. Most will fall back into comfort. But those who endure,
those who silence the weakness inside. They become something the world can't ignore. The only question is, will you be one of them?
Now, if you're ready to break free from the weak version of yourself, the next step is simple. Commit to relentless action. Every minute you hesitate is another minute wasted on excuses. You stand at a crossroads between settling for mediocrity and forging a legacy built on unyielding discipline. The only question remains, will you be one of those who keep fighting, or will you let the easy path consume you? When you choose the hard road, you choose to own every part of your life. This isn't about flashy moments or empty victories. It's about the quiet daily grind. It's about waking up when your body aches and every muscle pleads for rest, knowing that in that struggle, you're molding your future. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic fixes. Every drop of sweat, every labored breath, every sacrifice is a brick in the foundation of your strength. Picture this. You're alone with your thoughts, and the echo of fatigue whispers that you're done. But that whisper is a challenge, a call to dig deeper than you ever have before. It tells you that you're close to breaking through the barrier of what you believed possible. When your mind and body scream to stop, that is the precise moment when you must push harder, not because you expect immediate glory, but because you understand that greatness is built in these moments of pain. There is a brutal honesty in this journey. You will face days when everything seems to crumble. You will have moments when failure is all you see. But remember this, those are the exact moments that define you. The man who rises when there's nothing left to give is the one who leaves a mark on the world. Every setback is a lesson, each failure a stepping stone. When you learn to see your struggle as a teacher rather than a burden, you unlock a potential that no amount of comfort can ever replicate. Now, let's talk about the cost, because nothing worth achieving comes without sacrifice. Your time, your energy, your very willpower must be invested without hesitation. There will be nights when sleep is a luxury you forgo, mornings when the alarm sounds like a battle cry, and days when the effort you put in is unseen by the world. But the truth is, these are the moments that build an unbreakable spirit. This sacrifice isn't about martyrdom. It's about clarity. It's about setting your life on a trajectory that no one can derail. Look within, beyond the exhaustion, past the doubts. Recognize that the discipline you forge today is the tool you'll wield tomorrow. It's the quiet determination that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Every decision to keep moving, every small act of defiance against the lure of comfort, compounds into a force that transforms you. There is no room for regret when you know that each moment of struggle was a conscious choice to rise above. Now focus on the reality. The world doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care if you're tired. It only respects the results you achieve. And results come from doing what must be done, even when every part of you is screaming to stop. This is the era for those who reject weakness. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get up, how many times you choose to fight on despite the odds. Every time you push past fatigue, you're not only dismantling the limitations that have held you back, you're constructing a new identity, a version of yourself defined by resilience, determination, and uncompromising strength. Your struggle is the raw material from which you build your destiny. The pain you feel is not a signal of defeat, but a challenge to your resolve. With each challenge met, you inch closer to the person you're meant to be, a person who isn't satisfied with average, but demands excellence in every action. And when doubt creeps in, when you feel that moment of weakness, when the lure of surrender seems too tempting, remember that you have the power to override it. The mind is a battleground where the war for your future is won or lost. Let every moment of hesitation be replaced by decisive action. When you choose to move forward, despite the temptation to give in, you dismantle the false comfort of weakness and build an unshakable foundation for success. Take this as your command. When you're tired, do it anyway. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Because in every grueling minute, every drop of sweat, lies the secret to dominating your life. Let your actions speak, loud, relentless, and unyielding. Transform that fatigue into a reminder that you are on the verge of greatness.